Erica Chun, a 27-year-old office worker, often ordered food delivery, which led to her meeting delivery driver Jack. After several deliveries, they exchanged line contacts and started chatting more frequently, eventually beginning to date. Jack, 29, turned out to be much more than just a delivery driver. He was passionate about photography, loved hiking on weekends, and shared Erica's dream of traveling the world. His warm smile and genuine personality made Erica's heart skip a beat. Over the next year, their love blossomed. They discovered they both valued simplicity, kindness, and personal growth. Jack might not have worn a suit to work, but he approached his job with dedication and pride, often sharing stories about helping elderly customers or cheering up someone having a bad day. When they decided to get married, Erica knew telling her parents would be challenging. Her mother, Mrs. Chun, reacted exactly as she feared. "A delivery driver?" Mrs. Chun exclaimed during dinner. "Erica, you can't be serious. What will our relatives say? His job isn't stable, and it's not respectable enough." Erica's eyes welled up with tears. "Mom, you don't even know him." That's when Mr. Chun, who had been quietly listening, placed his chopsticks down and spoke thoughtfully. "Dear," he said to his wife, "let me share something with you. When I was young, my father wanted me to be a doctor. Instead, I chose to be a teacher. He was furious, saying I'd never make enough money. But you know what? We've had a wonderful life because I loved what I did." He continued, his voice gentle but firm. "Times have changed. Today's young people value different things. I've met Jack several times, and do you know what I see? I see a hardworking young man who treats our daughter with respect. He may be a delivery driver now, but he's saving money to start his own business. He has entrepreneurial spirit, but the stability..." Mrs. Chun started to argue. "What's stable nowadays?" Mr. Chun replied. "Big companies lay off thousands of workers without warning. Jack has proven he can adapt to change. During the pandemic, when many lost their jobs, he kept working, bringing food to people who couldn't go out. That shows responsibility and resilience." He smiled at his wife. "Remember how your mother didn't approve of me at first? She said teachers didn't make enough money. But you saw something else in me. Shouldn't we give Erica the same chance to follow her heart?" Mrs. Chun sat quietly for a moment, then looked at her daughter. "Your father's right. I've been judging Jack by old standards. Does he make you happy, dear?" "Very happy, Mom," Erica replied, wiping away tears. "He's the kindest person I know. Most importantly, Jack loves me wholeheartedly and treats me very well," Erica added. "Then that's what matters," Mrs. Chun said softly. "Invite him for dinner this weekend. I'd like to get to know my future son-in-law better." Mr. Chun reached across the table and squeezed his wife's hand. The world is changing, and sometimes the best things in life come in unexpected packages. Jack might not have a prestigious job, but he has something more important: a good heart and the courage to work hard for what he believes in. And he loves our daughter very much. That weekend, when Jack joined them for dinner, Mrs. Chun saw what her husband and daughter had seen all along. Not just a delivery driver, but a genuine, caring man who looked at her daughter with pure love in his eyes. It was then that she understood. True happiness isn't always what we think it should be. 单字 pandemic 流行病流传中的疫情 noun a disease that exists in almost all of an area or in almost all of a group of people, animals or plants.